I'm out here in one of my violet patches, and I wanted to share with you some identification tips and talk to you about something called the doctrine of signatures, which is this concept that the plants and the physical characteristics of the plants, like the color or the shape of the leaves or the number of petals, like there's all of these determining factors that are actually the plant's way of talking to us and telling us where in our physical human bodies they can assist us. Right? So, like, when people used to say to me, like, oh, I talk to the plants, like, there's so many different ways to talk to the plants, right? Like, you could get messages from them, you could talk to them, they could, like, you might get it as something audible, but the way I get it is kind of just a knowing and kind of a little message that comes through. But there's also this more tangible way that you can work with the plants as you're developing your relationships, where they're actually like physically telling you what they're here to help you with. It's so incredible. With our friend Violet here, look at her. She likes to grow in swampy areas. There's a lot of violet here, as well as some wild geranium is starting to come up, which is really pretty. And the violet grows, I don't know if you can see it because of everything else that's mixed in here, in a basal rosette, right, which is a little circular area where everything is coming out from the center. And there's a little bud here. Look at how sweet you are. But here is the secret trick. Not so secret once you see it. Like, look at this leaf. It's shaped like a heart. And some people say that it's shaped like a pair of lungs. And violet actually helps us with both of those things. It's excellent for respiratory and clearing up a cough in your respiratory system, a dry cough in particular, because violet is a very cooling and moistening plant. Those are the energetics of violet. So if you have a dry cough, it's really going to help soothe that and relieve it. And I think there's a tree branch making that noise. And then with the heart, it's excellent for heartache and helping release grief if you take the tincture of it or the tea as well. And also good for circulation and blood, which is also associated with the heart. And both the flowers and the leaves have these medicinal properties, maybe the leaves a little bit more so. And then when I was gathering my violet this year, I just had this memory of being a little girl picking violet and how satisfying it was to pull it up and have that long stem kind of pop up. And my grandmother does violet, so I have a special place in my heart for this violet plant. And another way you can work with violet is just to go out and sit with her, which I did a lot this year. And it was just like so incredible and grounding and nourishing and supportive to just be with the plant, not asking it for anything, just kind of sitting with it. And then the flower essence of violet is great if you're a sensitive or fragile soul and need assistance with like self-assuredness or individuation. It's great if you're typically shy in social situations. Violet will help you kind of come out of your shell a little bit, but still feel like yourself and be more comfortable in social situations. So there's so many ways to work with this beauty, and it's edible. You can eat the flower, you can eat the leaves. It's great for salads or just like snacking when you're hanging out outside. You should do your own research, right, on identification, but I can tell you that the purple violets and the lighter color violets, like the white ones too, are all, from my understanding, edible. You want to do your own research on specific species. There is a yellow violet called an Arctic violet, which I've never seen. I don't know. It doesn't grow, I don't think, near me. That is not meant to be eaten. But from what I understand, all the violets are edible around here. I'm just looking out on this field, and there's so many tiny little purple faces smiling up at me. So hopefully this will help you feel more comfortable going out and meeting Violet and sitting with her. And honestly, just like taking a little snack of the leaves or the flower when you see her out and about is really going to help you develop that connection. Make sure you ask for permission first and you are developing that relationship. But yeah, Violet has a lot to tell us. We just have to pay attention.